Alright, so problems 5 and 6. First thing that we want to do whenever we're getting ready to do one of these is make a table, right? That way we've got some information and know what plots to point, and helps keep data a little bit better organized. So this is my domain and this is my range. So how do I know where I need to start with my values for my x's? If I go up here and I look at these, this number right here, whatever numbers are in this area here are the ones you'd better put on your table somehow or another, okay? So this is -1, so I'm going to start at -3, just picking a couple above and then a couple below, to -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So those are the x values that I'm going to use. And now how do I get my y values?
You substitute them in.
Substitute them in. Good. Alright. So I'm going to go here with -3, and I'm going to substitute it in here. Is -3 less than or equal to -1? Yes. So y is -3. Because I just plug my number into my function over here and it gives me the same number back. So again, is -2 less than or equal to -1? Yeah. So -2. Now -1 less than or equal to -1. So -1. So let's graph these points. Since my next number is going to make me switch down here, I'm going to graph these so I can keep track of this line up here. So -3 goes with -3, -3, -3. -2 goes with -2, and then -1 goes with -1. So there are my points, and I'm going to draw my line. Which way is this line going to go? Is it going to the left or to the right? To the left. Alright, so the reason why we know it's going to the left is because our inequality up here says everything to the left. Alright, so is 0 less than or equal to -1? No. So down here, is 0 greater than -1? So -x plus 4, or -0 plus 4, is 4. 1 is greater than -1, so -1 plus 4 is 3. -2 plus 4, 2. Alright, so let's plot these points. 0 goes with 4, 1 goes with 3, and 2 goes with 2. Alright, so it's telling me greater than, so everything to the right is what we are graphing. So that's how we graph those and how we figure out our domains and our ranges and so forth. So I'm going to show you a trick after you get through copying that, if you need to.
Would it be wrong if you had like an extra x?
No, it is not wrong. You can pick whatever numbers that you want to do it, as long as you make sure you've got these in here. Some of them, after a while, they start jumping off your graph, which is what's going to happen with your worksheet today. You're going to pick some that are a couple behind, and it's just going to shoot off to 17 and 22 really quick. So once you get those that are off your graph, don't even fool with them. You don't have to worry about them. All right. So we're going to make a table, and I'm going to show you a trick to make your lives a little bit easier with doing these things. X's and Y's. So I need numbers between -2 and 6 on my table. So I'm going to pick a couple below -2. We'll go, I don't know, -4, -3. And then if we keep going, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. That is a lot of stuff to have to compute. I don't want to do that much computing to do these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a couple right here. -4, less than 2. So everything less than -2 is going to be a 5. So -4 is a 5. -3 is a 5. So if I go down here to -2, it's going to switch over to this one, this equation here. So I'm going to go ahead and graph these. We're going to have -4 goes with 5, and then -3 goes with 5, and draw a line going to the left, because that's the direction my inequality is telling me to go. So the trick to this is this segment that I've got to deal with in the middle. I've got -2 included and 6 included, so I'm just going to compute the values for -2 and 6 and plot those 2 points, and then draw a line between them. So 1/2 times 2, or -2, is -1. -1 minus 6 is -7. And then I'm going to skip way over here, down to here, to number 6. So 1/2 times 6 is 3. 3 minus 6 is -3. And let's plot these 2 points and graph them. So -2 goes with -7. And then 6 goes with -3. So that saved me a lot of work, didn't it? Instead of having to do all these, I just plotted those endpoints and drew a straight line between them. And that's letting me include all of these numbers here without having to do any computation. So 7. -2 times 7 is what? -14. Plus 10 is -4. So I need another one here. So what's -2 times 8? -16 plus 10 is -6. So 7 goes with -4, and then 8 goes with -6. So there's our graph. Does that make a little bit more sense to y'all? Having slept on it and doing it again. So it takes practice being able to pick and choose which numbers that you can use on this, and just looking at these to say, and I can pick this number or that number. It takes doing it a lot. So that's why we're going to do some more today. So let us flip over to the other side. And this looks a little intimidating, but I guarantee you already know how to do it, because it's what you've been doing to draw your graphs. All right? So this number in my parentheses is my x value. Okay, so 3. We're going to look up here and go, is 3 less than -2? No. So is 3 greater than or equal to -2? It is. So we use this number here. And sometimes it'll just give you a number. If your number is in this area here, just use whatever they tell you to put down. So is -4 less than -2? Yeah. So -4 plus 5 is 1. And now, what? So is negative 2 less than negative 2? No. Negative 2 is greater than or equal to negative 2. It's that or equal that you've got to look out for in these things. So f of negative 2 is negative 4. So let us do one more, or two more. So negative 2. Is negative 2 less than 1? Yeah. So 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. All right. 6. Is 6 less than 1? Is 6 greater than 1? So negative 2 times 6 is negative 12 plus 3, negative 9. Is 1 less than 1? No. But 1 is greater than or equal to 1. So negative 2 times 1 plus 3 is 1. That's all we got to do for these. But I tell you what you got to watch out for are in like number 4 here. So I haven't been harping on this very much about paying attention to your signs, the less than, the equal to's, and strictly greater than. You got to kind of start watching these things to make sure we put stuff in the right place. Will I do what? I will. Do you want me to do 6 instead of 4? Okay. So negative 4. Is negative 4 less than negative 2? Yes. So 5. So is 8 less than negative 2? Is 8 in between negative 2 and 6? No. So 8 is greater than 6. So negative 2 times 8 plus 10, negative 6. All right, here we go. Is negative 2 less than negative 2? No. Is negative 2 less than or equal to negative 2? Yeah. So we're going to plug it into this middle equation. So what's 1/2 times negative 2? Negative 1. What's negative 1 minus 6? Negative 7. And there you go. So it's all you got to do for these. It's not that bad. You just got to stop and think sometimes for a couple of minutes. But you can do it. You can do it. So what we're going to do for practice today, I'm going to hand this out here in a second, but I want you to pay attention before I give it to you. If I hand papers out and then try to talk it, it's just over with. You're going to do the homework 1 page. It says homework 1 up here at the top. These first 6 problems are exactly like we've just got through doing. You're just figuring out which one of these you're going to plug that into. On 7 and then the rest of them, you're going to make a table and draw a graph. Don't worry about the domain and the range for these things. Just make tables and draw graphs. Okay? And then also, do not do number 12 because I haven't talked about that and we actually don't even need that particular function. That's called the floor function. It's for numerical computing and we're not even going to get into that. All right. So 1 through 11, and don't worry about the domains and ranges on your graphs.